Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So in this video we will be telling you how to use the nested loop inside the functions and how to also use if condition inside your nested for loops. Okay, so it's basically a combination of three, that is functions, nested for loop, and if and else condition. So all the three giants of the coding, any programming, I'll be using right now in this particular example to create a pattern. Okay, and I'll show you how it works. Okay, so before getting started, if you are new to the channel, you can go ahead and subscribe to our channel for latest updates on coding, and stay tuned till the end of the video to check out the output, how it actually works in the real time. Okay, and don't forget to like, share, and comment if you like this video. Okay, so let's get started. So as I said, like I will be the output which we will be getting for this particular programming would be in a form of a pattern which should has letters as well as numbers in it. Okay, so let's say it should be in a form of a right angle triangle, like something like this, it should be, and it should be like in form of numbers and letters. That means, suppose in our previous video, which the thumbnail you will get on the right hand side of the screen, if you see, I already told you how to like create a right angle triangle with the help of stars. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to replace these stars, these patterns, with the help of letters and numbers. Okay, that is what we have to do in our current program. Okay, so let's see how to do that. So for that, what we have to do is, first of all, as I said, I'll be taking function for it. Okay, so I'll be defining a function. So let's say I take a variable as f, and inside that I define a function. Okay, and suppose I'll be first of all taking rows. Okay, so suppose I use rows in that. Okay, fine. So let's the the argument which I have inside my function is row1. Okay, which will consist of rows. Now here inside this particular function, what we have to do is I'll just print one statement first of all in my output, that I'm trying to print the pattern of letters and numbers. Okay, and after this line there should be a new line. Okay, so that my output is displayed. Fine. So now this is done. I'll move on to the next line inside this particular function itself, and I'll start with the for loop. Okay, so how to write the for loop? So for creating a right angle triangle, we know we can write I for I in 1:i. Okay, which will run till whatever value of I is. Okay, and then the next nested for loop which you will be writing, that is would be for j. Okay, so j would be for the identification of the asterisk, the spaces. Okay, so j asterisk as in the stars, so j in 1:i I write. Okay, and then the brackets inside that. Now what I have to do is I have to, because I have to create the pattern which consists of letters as well as the numbers, right? So inside the nested for loop itself, I'm going to test out with the if and else condition. Okay, so if j value, I'll use the mod sign, so mod 2, suppose j mod 2 is equal to 0. Okay, then what will happen? So if j mod 2 value is equal to 0, then I'll just print cat j. Okay, that means only j value will be printed, that is the numeric value. Okay, now after that, if like in the else part, so I have the if condition, if j mod 2 is equal to 0, just the value will be printed. Else what will happen? Else at that point of time we will print the letters. Okay, so how you'll print the letters? So letters and then bracket j. So whatever will be the value of j, that particular letter will be printed. Suppose the value of j is 1, so a will be printed. Suppose the value of j is 2, so b will be printed. Okay, like that it will get printed. Okay, so that is how you need to take. Now next what we have to do is we have to make sure that every time we go on to a new line, so for that you can add /n over here. Okay, and just cross check the braces which you have put. So this is for the last one and this is for this one. Okay, so here if you see this brace, yeah, this is closed, this braces is closed, if this is also closed, and if you see this one, this for loop, yes, it is closed, and this is also closed. Okay, so let me shift it to the next line and then I'll just press enter. Okay, once I press enter, now what I have to do is, since I have my whole program right in front of me, how I can get the output. So in order to get the output, what you have to do is you have to call this particular function. Okay, so we know that this particular function has an argument row 1 and it has a variable in which the function is stored, that is f. Okay, so here how to call it, so you can just directly write f, and inside that, suppose I put value as 5 inside row 1, that means I have 5 rows for this particular pattern to be generated. So f5 if I write, now if I have I press enter, so it will look something like this. Okay, now why it didn't give me a pattern, because there might be the new line might be missing somewhere. So let's check that out. Okay, so here if you see, this particular new line should be placed right here, so that every time when it's the whole program is getting executed, it moves on to the new line. So let's do something. So let's quickly do this so that we can fix that. Okay, and then after that the else part is there, so just the else part. Inside that letters part would be there, and then into the next line we can just close this else part as well. And then the bracket, and then after this line you have to just write the new line function. Okay, and then the closing brackets you have to put. Okay, now this is done. Now again what we have to do is we have to just write f, and inside that we'll just write suppose 5. Okay, and press enter. So now if you see properly the difference, now here if you see, like we just missed out the braces, after which the new line should be there. So here if you see like this particular braces which was ending, so it was after this nested for loop, that is why it gave us in a single line. So now what we did, inside the nested for loop we are using the new line functionality. So here what's happening, the pattern is right now created. Okay, this will look something like this. Now let's do a quick dry run, like dry run as in a real time, how it's actually working and how it's giving you this particular pattern. Okay, so here we have row 1, let's say it's noted as r, we have a variable as I, and we have a variable as j. Okay, so what's happening, if you see on the first for loop, so the I value, suppose it's 1, j value is 1, and suppose the r value is 5, because we have taken 5. Okay, so what happens, it goes inside this particular if condition. Okay, it is checking if I mod 2 is equal to 0. That means if I am dividing I, that is 1 divided by 2, my remainder should be 0. So in this particular case, when I'm dividing 1 divided by 2, it's not 0, right? So this part, this if condition will not be executed in the first case. It will go on to the else part, and what happens, it will print letters and J. That means J value is 1. So my output will be A. That's my first output. Now this particular line of code will be executed, that is cat. So new line, so my cursor will be here. Okay, now again when the J value is incremented, so now the J value is 2 right now, right? So J value is 2. So if it gets inside this particular if condition, it checks whether J mod 2 is equal to 0. So if I divide 2 by 2, yes, I'll get the remainder as 0. So modulus means remainder. Okay, yes, it is 0. So what is happening now? It's printing cat J. That means at that point of time it will print the number. So here we will have the output as A, and then now the J value is 2. So then the number 2 will come. Right? Now similarly it will move on to the next line with A and 2, and next the J value will be incremented to 3. Right? Again it will check this particular if condition whether 3 mod 2 is equal to 0. No, it is not equal to 0. Then it will go on to the else part and it'll print the letter. So what is the value of J? It is 3. So what will be printed? A, B, C. C comes in the third position, so C will be printed. So this is how the whole pattern gets printed. Okay, right? So with the help of function, with the help of nested for loops and if condition all together in one single programming code, you can go ahead and create your own pattern, how it should look like. You can decide a number of rows, how it should look. So basically this programming is for those who want to work on a mini project, like for the universities or for the colleges. Okay, so it's a mini project which they can work on, and they can with the help of displaying the functions for loop and if else condition all together in one particular programming code, they can show any kind of pattern related to numerics, related to letters, related to Boolean conditions as well. Okay, so that's how the whole program works. So that's it in this particular video. So hope you like this video. If you did, please click on the like button, and don't forget to share this as much as you can with your friends, with your groups, with your colleagues, so that they are also benefited with nested loop. Is not that difficult. Okay, it is easy, and you guys also can learn it. You can also code it yourself. Okay, so that's it. We will meet in our next video with again a new topic, new coding technique, which would help all the learners who are trying to learn coding. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the next video, which would be coming up tomorrow. Okay, so till then, take care, and once again, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.